So sitting on the edge of your bolster, if you have very tight groins, you may want to have 2 blocks to place underneath the outside edges of your thighs, just to hold your thighs for you. Otherwise, go ahead and take your strap again. It's already in a nice loop. You can make it wider if you need to, and go ahead and put the strap over your torso, over your trunk, and then slide that top end of the strap over the feet and tighten up the strap, bringing the heels closer to the groin. Make sure the back of the strap is really on the lower hip so that it tractions the hips in the correct way. And then using the hands, push yourself forward off the bolster until the buttocks are on the floor. You may be able to tighten the strap a little more now. If you're using blocks for the groins, make sure to move them forward so they're still supporting the outer legs. And then reaching with your hands, just gently push the bolster back a little bit so the lumbar is not jammed, and begin to lie down onto your bolster. Move your buttocks towards your heels, and then go ahead and place the neck, the head on the blanket, and make the adjustments you need to so that you can really feel the sacrum moving towards the heels, that you really feel that the sides of the neck are even, the back of the neck is long, and that you're lying right in the middle of the back of the skull as much as you can access. Then re-stretch the arms straight behind you, squeezing the elbows straight, stretching the fingertips, and through the arms, stretching the waist, finding that length in the front trunk. Now bend your elbows and settle your elbows back to the blanket behind you and close the eyes. Re-find your breath and the contact with the breath, using the inhalation to lengthen the front spine and the exhalation to flow the muscles of the back down the back towards the hips. The anus should face the heels. If the anus is not facing the heels, the hips are tilted incorrectly, and pretty soon there'll be some strain in the lower back. So move the buttocks, the hips in such a way that you have the sensation that the anus is facing directly your heels. And then on the next inhalation, draw the pubic bone up to the navel, draw the navel to the sternum, draw the sternum to the collarbones, and roll the front shoulders back, moving the trapezius muscles down the back with the exhalation. Relax the forehead. See how sometimes the forehead tends to push upwards towards the sky when there's a lot of thought process going on. So use the breath to draw the forehead, the front lobe of the brain, backwards. Keep the root of the tongue passive, which will in turn help the entire jaw to relax, the outer and inner ears to relax. And make sure that your fingertips still have a presence on the arms, that they're gently pulling the elbow tips back, which brings length to the waist, and that they're also pulling the elbow tips down to the ground. And with that action, you'll be pushing the shoulder blades up to open the chest. Now re-stretch the arms straight behind you, squeezing the elbows straight, finding through the stretch of the arms the stretch of the waist, before changing the cross of the arms and resettling the arms back onto the blanket. Check again that the buttocks, the sacrum are moving towards the heels, and use the inhalation to again draw the pubic bone to the navel, and then draw the navel to the sternum, and then draw the sternum to the collarbone, and with an exhalation move the trapezius muscles down the back. Press the shoulder blades up and feel the entire sternum, front and side trunk, armpit area opening more and more with each breath. Don't force the breath in every way. You can directionalize it, but don't force it. Keep it soft, unstrained, the throat unstrained, and just allow the inner body to aerate with this softness, to liquefy, to decongest. Observing the process, relaxing more and more so that you're witnessing the process from a place of detachment. Keep pulling the elbow tips to the wall behind you and down to the ground, keeping that penetration of the armpit chest, of the sternum chest, but all in softness, being a receiver of the opening. And now re-stretch the arms straight behind you. Find that parallelness before releasing and bringing the arms now to the side of the body. Slowly beginning to make our way up. Bring the hands now to the outside edge of your thighs if you need to, or to the floor, and gently pushing yourselves up until you're seated and you can remove the strap and come out of Supta Baddha Konasana.